Hey soul friends, stick around to the end of this video. I've got a magical freebie for you so you can easily learn how to rewire your brain, liberate your consciousness, and transform your life experience from the inside out. Hello, very beautiful, beloved soul friends. Welcome to another Conversations with Kristin. I just want to take a moment and celebrate that you're alive. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for breathing. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for existing. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being exactly who and where you are. You bring so much beauty into this world simply by existing, and I just want to say thank you for being you. I celebrate you just for being alive. So today we are going to explore self-belief and how we can empower ourselves forward into the direction of our dreams. Believing in ourselves is important. If we don't believe in ourselves, we're not going to do the things needed to create the reality we really desire to experience. If you desire to experience peace, but you don't believe that you can get there, then you're never going to do anything that could actually create the potential of experiencing peace. If you have a dream you want to chase, if you want to be an artist, if you want to travel the world, if you want to just live in comfort and love yourself, whether it's an internal or an external experience, without self-belief, you're never going to take steps towards that reality because you don't think it's possible. If you don't believe in yourself, there's this difficulty with the inner relationship. When we don't believe in ourselves, it's hard to love ourselves. It's hard to be proud of ourselves. It's hard to encourage ourselves. And those things feel really icky. It doesn't feel good to doubt ourselves. It doesn't feel good to feel discouragement. So let's look at this. Exploring human consciousness from the inside out, especially with insights about the neurobiology that generates automated experiences. So 100% of automated thoughts are created from neurobiology. So this brain and body are filled with miracles, and every single moment of life experience, from the first moment of being born out of the womb to yesterday, to a year ago when you were asleep, every single moment of your entire life experience created this energy of sensations that became stored inside of the cells of your brain and your body. Okay? So your brain and your body processes life experience, and it also stores it. It houses all the data from every moment of your entire life, even moments you are never consciously aware of, like the first 18 months of life where only implicit memories are created. Even moments of life that were never consciously perceived, or moments of life that have never been consciously recalled. There was an experience 15 years ago and it was pretty insignificant, so you never ever thought about it again. That information is stored inside of your brain and your body. The cells of your neurobiology house every single moment of life experience. But here's the thing. Those moments of life experience were not processed accurately. They were processed subjectively. And so, for example, if there's a moment of life experience, but there's nervous system dysregulation, then the brain and the body process the moment of experience as interpreted through the lens of dysregulation. And this is how 100 different people could experience the same moment, but all of their memories look a little differently. It's because moments of life are very subjective to the way they're processed inside of our own neurobiological applications of consciousness. And so our memories are not even accurate. Not only are the cells, the information in our cells from moments that no longer exist, but even that information is not fully accurate. Isn't that incredible? I think that's so incredible. And so our neurobiology is miraculous. It's filled with infinite miracles and wonders. But we need to understand that the information it houses is not objective truth. It is only one subjective interpretation of reality. And this is really good news, because if we don't like the way that we're experiencing reality, that means that it can be transformed by rewiring the data that's creating that reality. Because reality comes from inside of us. External particulars are just pieces of stimulus activating us from within and creating particular styles of life experience, which again is why multiple people can experience the exact same moment and have completely different personal experiences. Because experience comes from inside of us, not from outside. Isn't that miraculous? I think it's so miraculous. So, the cells inside of our brain and our body house moments of past experiences, parts of life that are done and gone. And the information from those past moments is not even the accurate truth of everything that was happening, because life experience is processed subjectively based on internal particulars, like how your nervous system is regulating, how your brain waves are regulating, what other memories are being activated in the moment. So if you're in a moment, this moment is experiencing activations from past memory systems. Those activations of within this moment affect how this moment is processed into a memory and later experienced over here. So then you're over here and you have recollection of a memory, but that memory was subject to the activation of previous memories. So there's just like this wide, indescribably profound, expansive room for error within the information housed inside of our cells. Our body's doing the best that it can. It only knows what it has experienced. And all of the data it houses is for our benefit. Like, I would not understand that this is a hand if I didn't have memory telling me this is a hand. Like, you'd wake up every day like, oh my God, what is this? What do I do? What are these things? Why are they connected to me? Like, you wouldn't know what anything is without the information inside of your cells. So it's all there to serve you. It's all there to benefit your experience. It's all there as a miracle to be a tool and a resource. Okay? It's a good thing that it's there. But it causes problems when we think that our identity or our worth, or our potential is defined by this data. Our identity, worth, and potential is connected to our consciousness, which is completely separate, entirely distinct from our neurobiology. They're not the same thing. They're different. They're different energetic components of the human experience. You are consciousness. You are experiencing a brain and a body. The brain and the body are not who you are, okay? So, all automated thought forms come from the activation of information housed inside of these cells. There's ganglia out here in the peripheral nervous system. There's information in the central nervous system. We got 100 trillion neural networks in our brain. And all of these house quadrillions and quadrillions and bajillions of pieces of data. And every single automated thought form comes from the activation of that data. So when you have a thought about doubting yourself, it is not you who is doubting you. It is information subjectively processed from past experiences, being activated and producing a message that feels like doubt. That's a bit of a different reality from you doubt yourself. You don't doubt yourself because you are not the experience of your automated thought forms. You are experiencing a sensation of doubt. The sensation comes from the activation of information from moments of life that no longer exist, and that information is expansively subject to error. You are not your doubt. You are not your discouragement. You are consciousness. And consciousness never doubts itself. Only neurobiology feels doubt. Only neurobiology ever feels doubt. Consciousness never ever feels doubt. Every piece of doubt is from your neurobiology, not from yourself. Every piece of discouragement is from your neurobiology, not from yourself. You are not your doubt. You are not your thoughts and feelings of discouragement. That is not who you are. Okay? I know it feels that way, but you are not your feelings. Feelings are part of the experience. Feelings are part of the experience. They're not a part of your identity, worth, or potential. They're not who you are. Your self-essence is more expansive than you can possibly comprehend. The mind is not capable of comprehending how expansive the consciousness is, because the mind operates through neurobiology. Consciousness is not that limited. Consciousness is not that limited. So, feelings of doubt, feelings of discouragement, thoughts of, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I'm qualified. I don't think I'm worthy. I don't think it's possible for me. I don't feel like I can do it. I don't feel like that's a potential for me. I'm not sure I can do that. I'm not sure I can get there. 100% of those thoughts and feelings have absolutely nothing to do with who you are. 100% of those thoughts and feelings have absolutely nothing to do with what you're worth. 100% of those thoughts and feelings have absolutely no relevance to your potential. Isn't that exciting? Ooh, that's so exciting, friends. That's so exciting, soul friends. When you experience feelings of doubt, discouragement, or disbelief, notice them, but do not agree with them. Observe them, and then redirect your attentional focus towards gentle stimulus to rewire the neural networks that are creating those thoughts and feelings. This is important, you guys, okay? Stay with me. Stay with me. You got this. I believe in you. And your consciousness believes in you, even if your neurobiology says otherwise. Okay? Your consciousness believes in you. Only your neurobiology ever doubts, and that is not who you are. Okay, so when you're experiencing thoughts or feelings that have anything, really anything you don't want, but today we're focusing on doubt, discouragement, or disbelief, okay? Anytime those comes up, notice it, but do not identify it. Observe it, and then immediately redirect yourself towards gentle stimulus. We're going to talk about this, how you can respond to rewire the neural networks, creating thoughts that you don't want to experience anymore. It's gradual, but if you do this every day, you will literally rewire your brain so that it produces different kinds of thoughts and feelings. That's how much power you already have. Okay? That's how much power you already possess. Okay, so the first piece of this is do not respond to your thoughts. And again, it's tricky. It takes some practice and it's a gradual journey. But if you can be clear on your intention and what you're trying to do, that's a first step, okay? So even if you can't apply this right away, even trying to apply it is rewiring your brain, okay? Your experience doesn't need to shift right away, but if you're trying to apply these concepts, you are rewiring your brain. It just might take a little time to see, and that's okay. You're worth the wait. You're worth the investment, all right? So even if you can't feel these things right away, practice them anyways. Put your focus towards that kind of general goal. And just doing that is rewiring your brain. And then it will get better and easier, I promise. But you got to do it every day, friends. You got to do it every day, okay? You can do it. I believe in you. If your neurobiology says, I don't know if I can do this every day, that's a lot of days. That's like all the time. That's not you saying that. Your consciousness is not producing that message. The self-essence that you are is not thinking those thoughts. The self-essence you are is not feeling those feelings. That's from your brain and your body, and you don't need to agree, okay? You can do this. You can. You can do this. I believe in you. I believe in you infinitely, soul friend. You can do this. You have the power, and you are worth it. You're worth investing in, and you're worth the wait. So even if it's gradual, it's worth it, okay? All right? It's worth it. You're worth it. You are worth it. You are worth it. All right? Don't you doubt that. The doubt's not coming from you. Okay, so practice this every day. The first piece, do not respond to your thoughts. Every time you engage your thoughts, every time you engage with your thoughts, your consciousness is producing energy that is feeding the neural networks, producing those thoughts so that they grow in size and then thus generate those thought forms more frequently and more intensely. Okay? Every time you engage your thoughts, whether unconsciously or consciously, whether it's automatic or by choice, it doesn't matter. And you're allowed to be exactly where you are, but this information can help with the healing journey, okay? You're allowed to be exactly where you are. Always, 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 always. Again, if you can't feel these practices right away, even just thinking about practicing it is a step, okay? Meet yourself where you're at. I believe in you. Always, infinitely, and unconditionally. I believe in you. Okay, so do not respond to your thoughts. Every time you engage your thoughts. So for example, if you have a thought of, I don't think I can do this. And you think, yeah, maybe I can't do this. That instant moment where you responded to your thought was energy produced by your consciousness that fed or feeds the neural network creating that thought, and continued action of that grows the neural network in size so that it then creates those kinds of thoughts and feelings more frequently and more intensely. Okay? Yeah. Every time you act on a thought, every time you talk to a thought, every time you agree with a thought, every time you have a conversation with a thought, every time you voice a thought or vocalize a thought, you are feeding the neural network that creates it, which is one of many, many reasons why talking about trauma does not heal it. Talking about traumatic events literally grows the neural networks housing those memories so that thoughts about the trauma become more frequent and more intense. Talking about painful things does not heal them. There are certain talk therapy approaches that address consciousness, that transform stories, and those kinds of therapies can be beneficial. Directly talking about the event as it is does not bring healing. Okay, so every time you engage with a thought form, you act on it. You talk about it. You speak it. You vocalize it. You have an internal dialogue with it. You respond to it. You agree with it. Any kind of response to thought forms feeds the neural networks creating them through the energy of your miraculous consciousness. Continued action of this, continued response with these thought forms grows the neural networks, making the thought forms bigger, more frequent, more intense. And then they last longer. The duration, frequency, and intensity of these thought forms expands as the neural networks creating them expand. So the first part of responding to rewire your neural networks, liberate your consciousness, and transform your unfolding life experience from the inside out is to stop responding to your thoughts. That's not always so easy, right? So here comes the second piece, okay? You ready? Second piece. The second piece. instead of responding, instead of voicing the thought, instead of acting on the thought, instead of agreeing with the thought, instead of having a conversation with the thought, redirect your energetic focus towards gentle stimulus. Gentle stimulus are things that can help soothe the nervous system, bring presence within the consciousness, and just kind of bring that sense of calm presence. And so let me give you a few examples of what gentle stimulus is and what it's not, so you can really apply this. Because I'm telling you, this is a game changer. This is literally a game changer right here. Even this piece alone is a game changer. Okay, so to talk about gentle stimulus, and real quick, personal power, just as a reminder, in case you haven't explored my other videos yet, go check them out. They're really rad. We have fun. We hang out. So personal power is the ability for consciousness to energetically affect, influence, and manage how the brain is rewired through conscious focus of energetic direction internally through intention and attention. So in every single moment, your brain is being rewired. Your brain is literally being rewired right here, right now by watching this video. That's a neuroscientific fact. Especially cited by Siegel and Bryce in 2011. Right here, right now, watching this video, your brain is being rewired, okay? Every single moment of your life is already rewiring your brain. Personal power is the ability for you and your consciousness, because you are consciousness, your consciousness, the consciousness you are, to intentionally, manually influence and modulate how the brain undergoes that reconstruction. You can mold the wiring of your own brain through your power. Literally mold the wiring of your own brain and your whole body, really, but especially your brain, starting with your brain, through personal power. Okay? And so that's what we're doing here. In this responding to thought forms, you are reclaiming your power. And that has to do with choosing your internal energetic direction, especially through intention, your implicit internal energetic direction, and attention, which is your explicit internal energetic direction. Okay? So, do not respond to thoughts. Don't engage. If you don't like the thought, don't respond to it. Don't voice it. Don't do it. Because the thought is only there from neurobiological wiring. So instead of feeding that, rewire it by redirecting towards gentle stimulus. Okay, how to apply this? Gentle stimulus. What it is not. We'll start there. Gentle stimulus never includes other people. Gentle stimulus never includes anything startling or dissatisfying. What gentle stimulus is, your breath is gentle stimulus. Feeling your one more. Breathe with me. One more. Bring yourself present. That's gentle stimulus. Your breath is gentle stimulus. Your inhales and exhales are gentle stimulus. And then all other types of gentle stimulus are pieces of the outside world that are soothing, calming, gentle, and not overly engaging. So, particularly focused on sensory stimulus, okay? So anything you can see, hear, smell, taste, touch, feel. Taste, smell, see, hear, touch, feel. Yeah, got them all. That is gentle. And so, for example, looking at a tree, just standing there and noticing its leaves and its bark. Looking at branches of the tree gently moving in the breeze. That's gentle stimulus. Feeling your feet upon the ground. Either just the weight of your body connecting with the earth or specific sensations upon your bare feet. Or maybe you're wearing cozy socks and you feel the sensation of those cozy socks. That's gentle stimulus. Seeing color is gentle stimulus. Seeing any kind of color is gentle stimulus. Hearing gentle sounds, especially of nature, are gentle stimulus. So crickets chirping, birds singing, things like that. The gentle rustle of plants moving in the breeze. Things you can look at that are very gentle, especially anything of nature. When it's from nature, there's just an added amplification of power within how gentle the stimulus really is. So looking at flowers and leaves and adorable bugs, not scary bugs, that would not count as gentle stimulus, but cute little ladybugs or butterflies. Anything that can just bring you into the moment. So anything of nature like that, color, plants, when you see things, when you hear things, when you hear the birds chirping, when you hear stuff, when you can feel your feet on the ground, when you can feel the breeze on your skin or the sun on your skin. Those are examples of gentle stimulus. And if you can't be in nature, then things indoors can also count as gentle stimulus. So hearing a fan or an air conditioner unit, hearing an airplane overhead, feeling gentle sensations of air flowing from a fan. If you have a feather or something very gentle, you can trickle that across your skin. That's gentle stimulus. So gentle stimulus is any kind of external stimulus that is gentle, calming, and grounding, or brings you into the present moment. Smells, aromatherapy provides gentle stimulus, using essential oils or sniffing a flower, sniffing your food, smelling something that feels good. Gross smells do not count as gentle stimulus. It's got to feel good. It's got to be gentle. It's got to be something you can feel some kind of satisfaction or enjoyment in. And so loud crowds, sudden startling sounds, really high-pitched annoying beeping sounds, hearing voices from other people, hearing footsteps from other people, seeing other people, those do not count as gentle stimulus. And so, for example, music that's only instrumental counts as gentle stimulus. Music with people singing, it might be enjoyable stimulus, but it's not gentle stimulus for the sake of rewiring your brain. Pretty fascinating, huh? Pretty fascinating. So do not engage with your thoughts. Do not act on them if you don't want to experience those thoughts again and again. If you like the thoughts, go ahead and act on them. You'll just produce more, and then there you go. Boom, it's a win all around. But if your thoughts are something you don't want to keep experiencing, don't vocalize them. Don't act on them. Redirect your attention towards gentle stimulus as soon as you notice them. And keep your focus there. Keep your focus going towards gentle stimulus. This process of redirecting away from the thoughts grows the neural network so they expand in shape. When you respond to them, it feeds their size. So as they are, they get bigger. But when you redirect your energetic focus, the neural networks expand in shape. They shapeshift, they mutate, they make brand new connections. And continually doing that is how they transform to create different kinds of thoughts and feelings. Okay? So you have the power to rewire your brain, liberate your consciousness, and transform your entire life experience from the inside out. And it starts here. It starts now with this. It starts here and now with this. Exactly as you are, exactly who you are. Okay? So when you have a sensation of doubt or discouragement, instead of vocalizing it, instead of acting on it, instead of agreeing with it, instead of discussing it with yourself or with others, notice it and then immediately redirect yourself towards gentle stimulus. Notice it and then look at the wall. Notice it and then feel the breeze. Notice it and then feel your feet on the ground. Notice it and then just do this and just gently trickle your fingertips across your skin and bring yourself to that focus instead of your thoughts. Because you are not your thoughts. And your thoughts are just being created by the activation of data from experiences that no longer exist. And even the processing of those moments was not fully accurate to begin with. Not because of you, but because of the neurobiology that carries you. Because you are not your neurobiology, you are consciousness, okay? So when you have thoughts you don't want, don't respond, redirect. Every time you redirect towards gentle stimulus, You are rewiring your networks. And again, gentle stimulus does not ever include people and does not ever include something that is dissatisfying. So gross smells or scary sights, overwhelming things, those don't count. Seeing or hearing people, those don't count. Your breath is gentle stimulus. Sights and sounds of nature that are very soft are stimulus. Looking at your food and smelling it and tasting it and focusing full conscious presence on those sensations, those are examples of gentle stimulus. So one powerful way to practice this just every day is through mindful eating. If you bring yourself into the experience of eating where you smell your food and you look at it and you focus on the taste and you focus on those sensations alone, redirecting away from every single thought that comes up, you are rewiring your brain. And it's great because if you do this every time you eat, boom, that's like, a bunch of power reclaimed every single day, because eating is hopefully something you do every day. Every time you eat, bring yourself into the experience of eating, focus on the gentle stimulus of the sensations, and regardless of what thoughts you're having, you are rewiring your brain so that it can know greater presence, greater capacities of its own potentials, greater regulation, just greater everything. It expands to greater depths of being and new realms of experience just by practicing mindful eating. Pretty awesome. And the benefit is your food actually tastes better because you're more present with the experience. So that's another little benefit I found, is your food actually starts to taste better because more of your consciousness is experiencing the food instead of other thoughts and feelings, because your consciousness can't be in two places at once. Your parts of consciousness are either in your thoughts or they're in the present moment. Okay, so doubt, discouragement, disbelief, these thoughts and feelings are not you. You are consciousness, and consciousness never doubts itself. Consciousness never feels discouragement. Consciousness might feel a sensation of discouragement. Consciousness is never discouraged. Consciousness experiences the neurobiology, but they are separate. So the consciousness might experience these things from the brain and the body, but the consciousness is not those things, okay? Sorry, I hope that clears that up. Consciousness might experience these things, but consciousness is not those things, okay? You are consciousness. You are not your experiences. You are not your thoughts and feelings. Okay, sorry. I hope that clears that up. Sorry about that. Okay, so you are pure consciousness. Consciousness never doubts itself. Consciousness is never discouraged. All sensations of doubt and discouragement come from neurobiology. And as we've explored, it's really subject to error. It's not the truth. Not the truth of who you are, and not even necessarily the truth of the present moment, because it's all being processed from data from moments that don't even exist anymore. It's all stuff that doesn't even exist. And even when it did exist, it wasn't necessarily accurate. And so to rewire your brain and transform the way that your brain automatically produces thoughts and feelings, stop responding to your thoughts. And again, meet yourself where you're at. This might not be realistic to immediately experience. I get that. I've been there. It might take some time, but the more you focus on it, the more you grow your capacity to practice these things. So even if you can't immediately stop responding because a lot of the responses are just automatically there, that's okay. That's okay. Just start to practice this. You're going to grow. I promise you're going to grow, and it's going to be more possible, and it's going to feel really good, and you're going to be really, 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 really glad that you did this. I promise. I promise it's worth it, and I promise you're worth it. So stop responding to thoughts as best as you can. As best you can. And instead of responding, this is where you really want to focus, because there's more power in this, because this is the redirection part. You might not always have the ability to stop the automated responses, because sometimes even the responses are automated thoughts. But you always have power to redirect, okay? As best you can. Again, as best you can. It's practice. It's practice, 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 practice. As long as you practice, you are already perfect. You are already perfect, and the more that you practice, the more progress you make. So practice redirecting your energetic focus towards gentle stimulus. Every time you do that, you are rewiring your brain that is creating those thoughts, and one day your consciousness will never experience those thoughts again. You have that power. I believe in you. Thank you so much for being here, soul friends. If you liked hanging out, if you enjoyed this time together, please feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. I really appreciate your support of my channel. And if you'd ever like to get together through a consciousness consulting call and dive deeper into any of these healing journey topics to fuel your own personal path forward, I would be honored to connect with you. You can explore my website in the caption video description below. There's more information about who I am and what I offer, and you can always email me to connect at artistryofexistence@gmail.com. I also offer several other options for at-home healing journey resources, including monthly memberships and self-guided healing journey programs. So please feel free to explore those links as well. Thank you so much for being here exactly as you are. You are already a miracle. You are already a wonder to behold. And I am so proud of you just for being here breathing today. I am sending you so much love and light, soul friends. Namaste. The love and light in my consciousness. See and honor the love and light in your consciousness. Have a beautiful and blessed day, and I will see you next time, soul friends. Thanks for sticking around, soul friends. As promised, I have a free gift for you. This brain rewiring mini playbook walks you through the whole process of what I talked about here today. It provides you the step-by-step guidance with a variety of examples and tips and suggestions so that you can really apply this practice and start to see some healing transformation in your life. One step at a time, I believe in you. It has everything you need to really embrace this journey in a new way. And it's got some loving empowerment, space for self-celebration, all kinds of tips, tricks, and tools, all the guidance you need to make this practice your own so that you can have more power within your everyday life experience by liberating your consciousness and rewiring your neurobiology, which is where your personal experience is coming from. So please feel free to download it. You can click the link below. It'll open up the option to save a PDF file, and then you'll have 10 pages of pure magic to fuel your healing journey forward. And if you use it and really enjoy it or like it or have any benefits from it, please feel free to come back to this video and comment below with your experiences or results so that other people can be encouraged to use this. Let's ignite a hope revolution. Let's do it, friends. Our time is now. I believe in you. Thanks so much for being here, and thanks for being you, and I hope you enjoy my brain rewiring mini playbook.